Welcome to the Will's House podcast on Will's Music House. We're live here with our guests and our cast, as usual, on every other Wednesday. And we have a couple new alerts coming soon, and we'll bring those up as the show goes on. Don't forget to join our Discord and interact with the show. And you can support us on Patreon and like and subscribe. And with that, you say hello to everybody tonight.
What up, what up, what up?
You dig.
Yo.
And like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And this is the Will's House podcast. We're here with Chanelle Kazadi tonight. And before we get into all that fun stuff, we're going to do our intros. And we're going to start all the way on the right with Brodie.
Brodie, bitches Brodie, the white skin, key sweat. You know what it is. You dig.
Crazy. Yo, it's WTNB, the world's worst sports bettor.
Crazy.
Elaborate.
That's crazy.
No, we don't have to elaborate. It's
He's
as
number
simple
one.
as it is. It's the worst sports bettors there are. I'm up there.
Facts.
Number one.
Okay.
Couldn't see me on your worst day.
Ooh, talk to him.
Hey, what's up? It's Chanelle Kazadi, Midwest Soldier. How y'all doing?
Over on the couch. Hold on. Let's see. There you are.
Damn.
We had to find you.
Yo, it's Innexh, fucking streamer, brand owner, memeologist, fucking, what is it, Discord troll. You already know. Look me up, Innexh.
Yeah, and this is the Will's House podcast.
Rob's got a new spot.
Yeah, he's
Where's the whiteboard at, though? You know what I'm saying? He got
Yeah.
where's the tagline in the back that he always got?
It's all good.
He's
a work in
wearing it.
I'm
progress.
wearing it now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
And that's actually the perfect segue into catch up with the cast, where I ask you guys if there's anything new going on since the last show. So we're going to start on the right with Brodie.
New since the last show. Bought a new car. Told the gang. Bought a new car. Finally did the fucking thing.
I bullied him into it.
Marcus Loki did kind of bully me into it. He said, just go in there and buy a fucking car. Other than that, nothing too crazy. You know, just been doing the same old shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same old, same old, same old.
You feel me?
Same
yeah,
old.
I can't think of anything too crazy other than the fact that this week I'm about to beat Will in fucking fantasy. I'm back on my bullshit.
God. Oh my god.
Actually, this week I play both in both leagues, both of our leagues. It's all the 5-1 teams are playing each other. So whoever's going to come out of that is going to be winning in both leagues. So
Damn.
Fuck them.
Okay.
I'm
we're
about to
going
give-
for 6-1 in both.
I'm
you
giving
know.
myself
Will
big
loser.
booms this week. Shout out to them boys.
Big
Yeah.
booms.
Okay,
Boom,
big
boom.
auto draft.
Do you feel shade?
Damn.
I did not auto draft, man.
Can't beat the allegations.
I can't beat the allegations. I might as well just write it out. Yeah, I auto drafted. My team's the
Auto-draft.
shit.
Dive into it. Just dig into it. Just
The
be like, this is
computer
really
knew
I
what to
did.
do, and y'all did it. Y'all had your own
just
brain.
start
the
using it
computer did.
against them. Just being like, you're letting a pre-drafted team fucking beat you.
I mean, realistically, let's be honest. AI did my job, and they did it
Damn.
right.
Will, you letting a fucking computer beat
Hey,
you.
I'm going to be honest, though. I was looking at our rosters, and, like, his roster is a lot like my roster in the other league, so it makes sense why we're both good, you know? So I guess they
Yeah.
say great minds think alike. We're both 5-1, so.
Okay, all right.
All right, Marcus, what's anything new
After-
to catch up with you since the last show?
Yeah, after going 0-3 to start that league off, I'd like to say I've rattled off 3 wins. I'm 3-3 now, so
Talk to him.
just saying, like, you're not out till you're out.
At least you're not in last. You know what I'm saying?
I think I am.
No, I don't think you are. Someone in our league's like 1-5.
Dude, for
That's
whatever.
Lippo.
For what? Oh
I don't
yeah.
know.
No. I think I know who you're talking about. No, that isn't me. You're right. So what's new with me, dude? Fucking, just vibing, just fucking getting back into it. We're getting around to the cards where I can start throwing the big bucks on them again for UFC. The last couple cards have just been like, but you wait for the right ones. All right, that's why you pay me the $10 a month, because we don't just have to throw money at everything. We could throw a little bit of money at everything, but we throw a lot of money at just some things. So that's how we do that. We're getting there.
All right, and then what about you, Nell? You were on the last show, but what's going on with you?
You know, just dropped the project, Meme Mug, out now on all platforms. Pushing that and just working towards more things, as far as the future, planning with the team, doing what I got to do, It's a lot.
I don't know if we could talk about it. Isn't there an event?
And we're going to be diving
We're
deeper.
going to get into it.
We're going to dive deeper into some of those topics and subjects as the show goes on, but short and sweet, that's the best way to go for now. And then also, I want to know everyone's W of the week, too. You know what I'm saying? I want to start off with some positivity this week because, you know, sometimes we start off with the L, but I want to know how everybody's been winning. So, you know, Brodie, what's your W of the week? Still the car?
W of the week is the car. I'll definitely give it to that. I might also give my W of the week to Amari Cooper. I'm a big Amari Cooper fan since he was in Dallas.
Damn.
I'm glad that man went to the Bills and got a real quarterback to play with. So I hate to see him leave Cleveland, but I was the same way with Odell. I was excited to see Odell leave Cleveland when that shit did not work out for him. Respect.
Damn.
Cleveland just ain't got it right now. We on a rebuild path.
That's crazy that was your W because it's like the other side of my W, which is the only other wide receiver that was traded. I think the W of the week is Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. That's a connection that's just fucking electric. And it clearly didn't work out for them when they all separated in Green Bay, so I'm glad to see them back together knowing what's, you know, supposed to be. Because he had no one throwing him the ball in Vegas. So.
Okay. And then what about you, Chanelle? What's your W of the week?
My W of the week is just people, you know, seeing people stream the project. Honestly, it makes my day. So that's really my W. Feeling good.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then what about you, Innexh? You got any big W's this week?
Why you look pissed?
Do I?
Yeah, why you look
I don't
pissed?
know. I'm just thinking, man.
Throw a smile on there, Rob.
Shit, I gotta smoke this other blunt in a minute. W. I'm not gonna lie. I was just thinking about some shit. W. I don't know. I'm gonna have to say being able to come here. You know what I'm saying? W of the week. Shout out
Life.
Will's Music House.
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, that
What's
might
your
be
dub, Will?
It's a pretty good. Hold on. That's a pretty good segue into our L of the week. Innexh.
What, L of the week?
Yeah, you got an L of the week.
Oh, we already know where this guy's going.
What do you mean, L of the week? I guess my W of the week should be me being right about fucking Watson, bro. I've been told everybody about this shit.
Yeah.
That should have been my W. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I mean,
He did call it like months ago. He looked everybody on the show. In
It
the
was
face
hate
and told
then,
them,
though. It was hate
people,
then.
yeah, people said it was hate. Hell no. I brought up
it was.
He did
numbers.
bring up
It was.
stats. He brought
It
up
was.
stats.
This dude's doing.
They were.
I said
Hey,
Trubisky was better than
Listen,
him.
they were circumstantial stats.
This dude is currently doing worse than our 2-year span of us going 1-32 right now.
I think my favorite like fact of all the Watson stuff is that he for real has beat more law cases than he's thrown touchdowns.
Hell yeah, dude.
in the last
That's crazy.
4 seasons or whatever, or at least 2 seasons.
He's like, what, 24 cases dismissed and 19 touchdowns? It's fucking filthy work, dude. Filthy work. We about to send his ass to the Panthers with the #1 pick, and we about to get off that
Dude,
contract.
they're not about to get off shit. But Brodie, what's your L of the week?
L of the week, I got 2 L of the weeks, but they kind of weird. L of the week, I'm giving it to the BET Awards. That shit was kind of just nowhere. I didn't even realize it happened until motherfuckers was on Twitter talking about who was paying attention to the BET Awards.
They didn't mention nothing about Cardi. Is that why you're hating?
I wouldn't even say I was mad about that. Travis won some big award through BET, but no, I just thought it was like, you know, the award shows are just dead. I feel like nobody's really paying attention to accolades or awards with it when it comes to music anymore, unless it's like the Grammys. I feel like the Grammys kind of has some credibility only because it's the Grammys.
I honestly don't feel the Grammys getting that shine anymore either.
I feel like it's dying a lot more, but in terms of all of the awards out there, I feel like that's the only one anybody ever really cares to consider.
Party foul.
Put the cherry out.
You put the cherry out.
Damn. I would say my other L of the week would be I saw they announced like the biggest rap tours of the year and shit, or of all time. And I'm a big Nicki Minaj fan, and she should have beat Kendrick on that list. So I saw a lot of motherfuckers talking about how she got shunned down in terms of like she didn't sell as much as Kendrick in terms of tour, when I think she definitely probably did.
Yeah, probably so.
It was only by like 2 million. I think they said like Kendrick was at like 110 million and Nicki did like 108 million.
I think Nicki Minaj is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was an era. I think she ran the game for years.
Right.
Before we had the Lottos and the Glorilla.
She definitely did a lot for the women rap industry.
But what I'm saying is her presentation, though, on stage is probably why they said that versus Kendrick.
I feel like she has a lot of like bad publicity now, especially with like her husband and like all that other weird ass shit she got going on.
Dude, her live streams are getting a little weird, bro. Whatever, like her
She's a
Instagram
cokehead
post.
now.
But she is weird.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
definitely
always been
started to
weird.
go off the bender, but
I
I think
agree with Brodie.
in terms of credit, like in terms of music, I don't think you could ever deny what she did with either her Monsterverse
Oh,
or
absolutely.
Pink Friday. Like,
Roman, her
Yeah.
alter ego, I believe is called Roman.
yeah,
Yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, that was the rap era.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
That's
I-
how she really got her fans.
And I feel like, you know, her whole entire cult fan base, the Barbs or whatever, like I feel like that's a cult fan base that should almost be studied because it's a little crazy how like hard they go for Nicki in terms of any feature she did. Like even with like the 6ix9ine shit, like they blew that shit up to go #1 for just whatever she said. So I don't know. To me, it's like I feel bad because I feel like Nicki should have definitely not been snubbed in terms of like she probably did sell more than Kendrick. I saw people saying like she almost didn't get tracked for like 9 shows or something like that. And at that moment in time, she probably did a crazy amount of numbers. So I feel like Kendrick just like, I don't know. I'm a Kendrick fan. So to say he cheats the system, he kind of been cheating the system.
All right, and then
That man's from Compton. He's always gonna cheat the system.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Are
true.
you
though.
a Barb?
No,
No,
no.
just like her.
You just got to
I
respect
bumped
it.
Nicki in high school.
I just didn't know if you were a
Barb.
Barb. Just didn't know if you were a Barb.
I'm not like a diehard.
This
fan.
is a
I'm not
safe
gonna
space.
argue
This is a
over
safe
her.
space. You can say it.
I'm not gonna argue over her.
Okay.
I can dig
Barb
that.
gonna argue.
Yeah,
I'm not about
facts.
to argue
Facts.
over her.
You gonna let people
Facts.
have their opinions
yeah,
on that shit?
people got their feelings. Whatever.
I'll sit
There
here
used
and
to be
like,
arguments in the lunchroom. About
I'll
that
sit here
shit
and
back
say
in
every
the
day like Pink Friday and that shit was like a
I
great
witnessed
project.
an argument. And
You know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
Cool on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man.
all right, and then Marcus, what's your L of the week?
I think my L of the week has to be Nick Chubb being the last savior of the Browns, just sticking it through like one of the best running backs all time. Dude's just getting
it's
the
not
shaft.
Enough, bro. It's not enough.
I'm gonna be honest. I really thought he was gonna be one of the ones that we trade, like get rid of, like get build off of. But reading that player tribune that he just released, I'm like, holy fuck! If they get rid of him,
will.
Cleveland gonna riot.
They will probably
and
next season.
and they'll probably get rid of him next season. But like realistically, if he does good this season, send him to a team that has actual like contender series. We not in that position anymore. But if he doesn't come back
What
the
did
way
we-
he was, I just don't know.
What did we do today? I heard that we did another dumbass thing today.
Well, I don't know, but last week on the show I asked, is it too early to press the panic button? I think the button's been pressed.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be. I mean,
Hold on, I gotta find it. They did something today where people were like questions like, okay, what the fuck are we actually doing now?
Well, they
Like,
traded Cooper.
We did something else today though.
I don't think they announced. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. It's time to worry about the draft with the Browns. They're done for. They're cooked. It's like Nell said.
But that's
Chubb
the
ain't
thing.
enough.
Is like,
Jerome
what,
Ford's running for 5 yards a carry. Like,
what
it
the
doesn't
fuck are we
matter.
gonna do with that first round pick?
Get a quarterback, of course. Duh.
I'm
Like,
telling you, we're about to. My homie said this to me the other day, and I thought it was the most plausible option. We trade the first pick and Deshaun Watson to the Panthers. We get Bryce Young
why? Why not just pick a different new guy?
because we got to get off that motherfucker's contract. Get rid of that money.
what?
If you listen, I just feel like what the Cavs had to win a ring, they had somebody who cared about Ohio winning, like so much, like they had to get it done. And the Browns need that same type of person. You
We
know
need
what I mean?
something.
They keep picking people due to clout or false ideas of what they can do. They're looking for the wrong type of savior.
Yep.
You need to look for someone and push someone from Ohio. I'm sure there's somebody. Look for somebody in the draft from Ohio. You know what I mean? They're not picking those type of people.
We should have drafted one of them Ohio State boys, C.J. Stroud, take us to the fucking moon right now.
Yeah, well,
They should have
you know.
been doing that, like just over the whole fucking like last decade. Like why hasn't the Browns ever drafted Ohio State players? Like it
You
shouldn't even
feel
matter.
me?
Like pick the hometown heroes. Like
yeah, like
they're
if
gonna
they
ball
cared
harder.
about Ohio State, you feel me? If they cared about
And-
Ohio State enough to win and respected it, why don't you bring them to the Browns?
I mean, we don't even care about Cincinnati as a whole. I don't
But,
even think the Bengals do a whole lot of drafting Ohio college
Yeah.
players either.
And I would say the thing is, a lot of Ohio State players do like have longevity in the NFL, whether it's like linemen, fucking defensive players, like all that shit. Like it's not just the star quarterback, you know.
I'm
Like there's a
confused.
lot of different players.
Was DeJuan Jones not from Ohio State, or am I just like lost?
He is.
Okay, that's what.
And why
like,
would
I
we?
don't know.
And why would we expect Cincinnati to draft Ohio
Yeah.
State players? Like,
Yeah,
let's be
true.
for real. Cincinnati's like Kentucky, bro.
I'll give you that. I'm
Like,
not gonna
come
argue
on,
that.
they're not gonna think of Ohio like that.
They did pick
Cleveland
up
is.
Joey B though. They picked up Joe Burrow. He from Ohio.
He from LSU though.
Yeah.
Hey, come on. He was at Ohio State for a year.
And he left because he didn't want to compete.
I mean,
And look
fuck
where he
it.
went. You know what I'm saying? Got a
feel
ring.
it.
Play
Win a Heisman.
DTR, bro.
As
Like,
That's gonna happen
play
by the end of the year
DTR.
at this point.
Is DTR
I like
still
the
there?
Watson tour is shame. Like I'm here for it. Like,
You guys
we-
think that they're
Ohio
tanking?
State,
Do you
baby.
think that? Listen, I feel like we're tanking, and Jimmy's gonna
Oh.
draft Shador.
Yeah, why
We
not?
shouldn't draft Shador.
I hate.
That's
Shador.
a
going to
money
Vegas.
Manziel 2.0.
Hey, Carson Beck.
He's gonna go to Vegas.
He's like
I get-
6'4".
I would rather-
Shador should
listen.
go to Vegas.
I'd rather listen. I'd rather just blow the whole team up.
All right.
It's
Well,
And
that's
that's where
probably
I'm
what's
at.
gonna happen. Other than Myles Garrett and maybe Nick Chubb, everyone
I've
else is
been-
gonna be tradable.
If Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb have to spend the rest of their career here, I'll feel bad for them.
Oh,
Miles
dude.
Garrett's
Miles
gonna
Garrett
end
like
up
bought
on,
the
like-
Cavs. Why would he leave?
He's gonna
Like,
end up on like the
Cause
Chiefs.
go like win somewhere, like bro, like
He
you
will.
could
He's
literally
gonna end
like
up on,
just
like the
walk.
Bills or something. Like,
Do what
Just
LeBron
walk.
did. Learn how to be a champion, then come back if you want. If you
NFL's
want.
different.
Football's so different though. It's so hard to be like, you know, put a couple years in and then come back and still have like a prime.
Because it's so physical.
It's
So
just sad
physical.
that Cleveland has that type of rep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the
the
Browns.
Browns are just so unlucky.
And when
Most-
they get the new
Most
stadium.
dangerous city.
I don't-
but
how do you-
with shitty players?
How do you agree to a new stadium at this moment in time? Like, if you're Brook Park, how do you look at it and be like, yeah, we'll take on, like, you know,
Because the numbers don't lie.
Because it'll just be used for
They'll
way
still
more than the
revenate.
Browns.
right?
they'll
It's
still
not. It's
revenue
not
a
just
lot.
a Brown stadium. It's gonna be like used for like music stops and fucking like random circus shows and shit like
Yep.
that.
Yeah,
Like
Rio
year
We
round.
saw
concert.
WWE was in town, bro. That's
Yep.
just the beginning. They want that money.
we'll have a
We should-
UFC event in that bitch.
Dude, yeah.
Exactly.
The
Like,
UFC
I would
gotta have a
pay
fire
top dollar
card.
for that ticket.
UFC was talking about having a Cleveland event, so it's like they're not even waiting for that. They're just saying
Yeah,
they want to come to
WrestleMania in
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I would love to have a WrestleMania in
Well,
Cleveland.
WWE's owned in part with UFC, so the fact that WWE was here,
And that's-
UFC just could come. All
And
the
that's
same.
how they're going to start selling bundled deals of, like, fight nights and shit like
like
that.
weekends, like Friday night
Yep.
is this, Saturday night is that.
With
So-
parking passes and all.
So, yep.
Hey,
Yep.
that would
They
be
gonna
lit
get that-
though.
they
Shit,
tryna-
TKO
I'd
makes
go.
so much money.
They
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to be as big as Houston.
that'd be
Oh.
lit.
That's
Dallas.
crazy.
All right, and then you guys got anything else you want to share from the past week? You know, before we move on to
I
the
have
next?
something super mega important
Yeah.
to share with everybody. So, as you guys have known, I've been doing a lot of things on the back end, putting in a lot of work, getting it out the mud. Nothing new. Long story short, I have to announce something that's been in works for a long time. This is not a joke. This is serious. I've started a foundation. It's called the Fuck Brodie Foundation. All money that donated to this foundation will go to serious efforts and turns to making Brodie's life more difficult. Please follow us on all social media at Fuck Brodie.
You
All
dig.
right.
I'm a supporter of my own Fuck Brody campaign.
Brodie's like the only follower on the page.
I got to support myself.
You guys thought something serious was coming?
No, I knew something stupid as fuck was coming. Honestly, like
Chanel's like, I have
I
no
was
idea what's
tuned in.
going on. It's a running joke.
I was tuned in.
It's a fuck. Yeah, Robbie like that?
I was tuned in.
Wait,
That's good
wait.
storytelling.
Will, did you give your L and W of the week? What you
No,
got?
Will
going?
thinks he's impartial to like having to be a guest on his
I
own
like
show.
hearing it.
all right. So W of the week is it's not implemented on tonight's show. We got 2 new cameras, 2 new angles, and we got a new table. We got Rob over there. We got a setup over here, and we got a couple new videos coming to the channel in the next couple weeks. So that's W of the week. L of the week. I woke up to being taken part and swindled in a crypto exploit. Unfortunately.
Damn, what happened?
So they
Whoa.
got me for $500.
Damn. Which one
So-
was it?
It was some lending shit. You know, they took my
What?
Arbitrum up top. They took 1,000 tokens.
Damn.
We down 1,000 tokens, but you know what? then 40 AVAX fall in your lap. So it's like,
Facts.
Go
you know.
crazy.
Karma.
And AVAX is at like a yearly high. Almost.
And I didn't do anything stupid. Just for the crypto people out there that follow the show, I didn't sign anything. I didn't get fished. None of that shit.
And
so
I clicked that
This
text
Tell
and
'em how it
said
happened.
your UPS package is on
Tell
the
them how
way."
it happened.
this is actually, if you're a crypto person interacting with the blockchain, you know, sometimes you set a token approval, and I had an unlimited approval on depositing into an application. So today, when the keys for this application got hacked by some guy in North Korea, presumably, he was able to transfer the tokens from my wallet to his wallet. So
Hell yeah.
So he got my 1,000 tokens. You know, we did the
Damn.
revoke.cash.
He was making
like a
some
week too late.
rounds. He was making
wanna know
some
how much they got?
rounds.
They got my $500. Wanna know how much they got?
How much?
Guess.
$1 million.
All right, Rob's guess. Innex's guess.
Oh
is
wait,
$1 million.
how much they total got?
Your
His
guess.
wallet.
Out of like
Of the
everybody.
whole exploit today.
Yeah,
this
how much
morning.
did that dude have in his wallet
They
that
got
he was
500.
stealing
Wait,
all day?
what was the exploit? They got everybody.
I'm gonna say like 200K.
Was this what
Okay.
lender? What lender was this? Just I need the name.
It's called Radiant.
Rate it. Okay. I'm gonna say he got.
We have a 200K and a 1 million.
I'm gonna say $864,000.
All right, and then what about you, Nell? Let's just give a number, any guess.
Just go right in the middle, 500K.
It will be a high number.
375K.
No wait, I want to throw a high one out there too, like on some like. I want to throw some
All right,
like
one more
seven
guess, Marcus, then I'm gonna
7.6
tell.
million.
All right, it was $55 million.
Holy
and
shit.
Close.
counting. So my 500 was a little drop in the bucket.
55 what?
Dude,
Million.
he was making rounds,
Million.
like I said.
That boy came
With
up.
the click of one button, this dude just transferred tokens out of
Dude.
like
He's buying
millions
a
of
fleet
people's
of
wallets.
Hellcats.
Dude, not even. He's about to go
So they
try to
owe
flip
you
that.
then. They owe you.
It's crypto. We'll
You
see.
know,
We'll see what
it's-
happens.
He's about to buy a fleet of
You can get
Hellcats.
scammed.
Scat
Or
packs.
whatever. You can
5
get
million. That
stolen from.
That motherfucker cracked the code.
We'll see what
That
literally.
motherfucker cracked the code.
I
We'll
wanna
see what
learn how
happens
to do
though.
that.
It's
It might be a Twitter post. I'm sure there's probably
yeah,
some
no,
articles.
there's a bunch, but it
There's
was
some articles probably on
it was a pretty big hack. So I'm guessing like they'll try to like freeze funds or like whoever's the exploiter, they'll try to negotiate with them to get some of it back. Blah blah blah. You know, they took
Yeah.
50 million. They might try to just end up with one and give the rest back.
Yeah,
happens
no, that
sometimes.
happens. Yeah, that's
So-
crazy. They hold it hostage. They're like, we'll give it back to you, but I'm taking 2 million out of this. Like,
Luckily, the tokens they took from me though were tokens I had gotten airdropped originally. So it's like it sucks, but it's not like I spent the $500 on the tokens, but it's still like. Yeah, I just like woke
That's
up
an
and it
L.
was
That's
like
an L of the week.
1,000 ARB transferred. I'm like, am I dreaming? Like, no, but it's just, you know,
that's not a good dream.
yeah, it's whatever. It's not a major L. And then, but yeah, the W's are better. The W's are more important. We'll have the new camera angles going and the new content coming on the channel. And you know, we have a special guest that's a part of that, and you guys will see it when it comes out. And yeah, so that's our L's and W's of the week. I want to play this video real quick though. This is Trigger Finger by Chanelle Kazadi, and we're gonna play this real quick for the audience. Get the audio going.
Drop my own shit. Y'all be in the passenger with bitches. We do not relate. A baby with no sugar. This your pimpin'. Get your money up. Asking for allowance. Codependent is so sickening. Niggas got the virus. Broke with interest. What the fuck is up? Man, your bitch fuck with us. Yeah, hula gang. Bring it across her favorite shirt. Yeah, growing pain. Seen it and got insecure. Yeah, use a dame. Frontin' like a king curse up. Watch the chrome spin. Not a gear was shifted. It's stupendous in my own split. Smoking on that Goku, blowing nimbus for floating. Feeling like I'm Odin. There's no limit. Must be joking. You ain't talking Skrilla, then forget it. I'm my business. Can't get nowhere timid. Heard it from the source, then bitch I'm in it from the very beginning. Kept it cheap, but y'all love artificial. Regret no decisions. Made your choice, now this the consequences. Type the red offenses. Niggas love the start, so I'ma finish.
And that was Trigger Finger by Chanelle Kazadi.
Who shot that video?
Zen from Canton.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's fire with it. He does a lot of videos, so he's been around. I've known about him for a minute.
Yeah, no, that was a dope ass video.
Yeah, that was a hard video. You shot that in Cleveland, or yeah, that's hard. That's fire.
All right, and then we can dive a little more into that video in a little bit. Before we do that, don't forget to like and subscribe, follow the channel. This is the Will's House podcast on Will's Music House. We have some cool videos coming out, some live performances coming out, and more very cool stuff. And don't forget to join our Discord. You can interact with the show live. In some of these shows, you can join the Discord and you can jump in a channel and you can be pulled in live to talk to the guests on the show. And as well, you can follow on the Patreon. Yeah. I was getting distracted by Marcus. But yeah, so that's all that stuff. And then with that, we're going to go to Run Down the Land with Brodie now.
Yeah, shout out the land. We running it down. Let's start off. There wasn't a whole lot going on this
It's a
week.
short list.
Yeah, it's a short list. It's Halloween coming up, so I'm assuming a lot of people are trying to figure that shit out, move through that. But on the 10/18th, Flourish has their album release show at Brothers Lounge. I just seen Scene post this on the 19th. He's gonna be playing at Smoke and Mirrors in Ohio City, so it's like more of like a DJ club. I think it's a dope like venue, different scene. So if you like the club scene, definitely go check it out. Scene definitely gonna kill that. Also on the 19th, I saw Exhibition is hosting the Block Flea Market. So a lot of vintage sellers. My dude Ray with Relic Clothing is gonna be there, and just a ton of other people in the area. So some more local business, small business. Yeah, go spend some money. On the 20th at the Grog Shop, I saw Kamikaze Kenji and Swank. They're opening up for Devin the Dude. So obviously that's a pretty big name, Devin the Dude, coming through the city. So yeah, shout out to them. On the 25th, I saw Solon, Factual Brains, and Dishwasher Possum at Beachland Ballroom. I'm a big fan of Solon in the city. I've been listening to a lot of pop music, so she's always on rotation for me. So definitely go check that out. And then I saw on the 25th, Halloween Havoc. Grog Shop's going to have Illest Villains and Nuke Franklin and plenty more opening up for Willie J. Peso. So definitely go out there and check out those guys. And then on the 26th, Cripple Collective, they're throwing their annual Halloween party downtown in the flat, or not the flats, downtown over there by the stadium and shit. So definitely go check that out. Cop a ticket, party it up, penthouse downtown. It's going to be crazy. And then I thought it was funny. I saw West 6. They stopped doing their tailgates for the Browns game because motherfuckers don't know how to act right downtown. So that was a little embarrassing.
It's been going on for years.
And the city had to step in and really shut it down. But you see the videos like every Sunday, like motherfuckers are always fighting out there on some bullshit. So it just sucks because it's I felt like it was such a good thing to see from the city, especially when you look at other big
Why don't they just arrest people who do stupid shit?
You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those
things. Put people
things.
in danger at least. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's really a big crowd and there's really these people being put in danger, like shouldn't you like arrest the person who's putting a crowd of people in danger?
Right. And it's just one of those things that it's like you're killing it all for all the businesses, everybody else in the city trying to do something. There's already not nearly enough that should be going on in our city, and we have like one decent thing and you're just gonna kill it. So now like when you think about going downtown to the flats, like it's almost like, well, there's no West 6 tailgate, it's not like a party or anything. I go somewhere else. But yeah, so that sucks for downtown, sucks for West 6 and all those guys. But I did see some exclusive info get dropped in our Discord from Domingo Kite about a show coming up. November 14th, I saw he just posted a.k.a. Fabian, Janari Komet. I saw you playing. Chanelle playing. Yeah, so shout out to all those guys coming out and playing. I think there's one other person I might have missed on that set, but yeah, Domingo just dropped that in there for us. So
Domingo
definitely
on it.
Well, Domingo's the one hosting it, but there was another artist on there I'm pretty sure that I missed. Oh, Rico Blue. My guy Rico Blue. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, a.k.a. Fabian, Rico Blue, Chanelle over here, and Janari Komet. I think it's a great lineup. I thought it was a very well-versed mix of sounds and everything like that. So I think it's definitely a show everybody should get out and check out. November 14th, but we're going to talk about it again when it comes up. But we got the early exclusive out of it. So pop in the Discord, dude. Show love in the Discord. We got shit popping off. Homies dropping shows early. You know, come check us out.
No, what are you about to say?
I mean, what he said, we'll talk about it, a little bit more because I know it is like an early notice thing.
Oh, there he goes.
Rap
Whoa.
We'll bring you
Dad.
back in a second. X.
But
What?
Technical difficulty for Innexh.
I try to keep the rundown to like the
Hey,
2 weeks
R.I.P.
between the
Rob.
episodes.
Here's a good
So like,
question.
I don't want to give shit out too early, but you know, we'll
That's a
talk
good
about
point.
certain events. But like, it's one of those things where I try to keep it in the 2 week space, so it's not like I'm having an expanded list, but nothing's happening that weekend or the following weekend. You know, I'll try to keep up with the latest shit so everybody can get out that weekend when they see our episodes and stuff coming out. But you know, when I see events that come out early that I'm a big fan of, you know, I try to get everybody to be prepared. You know, come check it out. November 14th, the homies playing.
Hopefully, you know, like there's some like footage of it.
And that's going to be at Dunlap's Corner Bar. So they've been trying to do a lot more lately
And-
in terms of what they got going on. So I think it'll be cool.
When I saw that, I thought that that's a very different concept.
Yeah, I'm not familiar because I didn't go to the first one. So I'm interested to see how it goes out. And obviously, I like all the people playing. So I'm excited to just see everybody perform. And I've never seen you perform. So I'm very excited to see that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna turn up for real. If you heard the project, then you already know the vibe to bring.
Yup. You
For
did.
real, for real.
You already know.
All right, and then yeah, so you know, you guys have been watching the Will's House podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I had some questions for our guest Chanelle Kazadi in the room, and I just wanted to know, can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, and yeah, just a little bit about your backstory.
Hey yo, so I'm Chanelle Kazadi. I'm from Ravenna, Ohio. My mom is from Congo. She's from the Dominican Republic of Congo. My dad's from Cleveland. So, you know, I'm a mixture of, you know, different things, witness different things, you know, tell my story through my projects and, you know, just hoping y'all connect with it. I got 2 twin brothers, sisters, a bunch of siblings, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm very family oriented, love my family, just love music, you know, just cherish life every day and keep moving forward, you know what I'm saying? And doing what I got to do and surviving this world. So,
Yeah,
That's it.
definitely. So,
Yeah.
you know, what's going on with you right now with your project, and you know, want to tell us a little bit about that?
well, I just did a live on a platform, so look forward to that. It's going to be on YouTube. And, yeah, I got the project that's out. I'm just keep doing things to push it, you know. Got a lot coming, you know, videos. Stay
Lots of
tuned.
content, yeah.
Stay tuned on Instagram, you know, subscribe. If you like something, share it. Let people know, for real, that it exists, you know. You got a new project, so let them know. Run it up.
All right, and then yeah, so you're gonna do some more videos for some of those songs. You want to do like you know, you did Trigger Finger, but what about like Let 'Em Know and some of the other tracks?
Yeah, I got shit on the way, for sure. Like I said, you know, merch is selling, sold some merch, still got more merch, and, you know, go on ChanelleKazadi.com, you know, get you some shirt, you know, get you a shirt, flex it, you know, get a nice fit together. It's definitely fashionable, so run it up. Yeah, so I'm just doing a lot just to get this project out there, and, you know, it's a lot of hip hop that dropped, you know, this year. 2024 has some great music, really great music. I think Tyler just dropped a snippet. You know, I'm still excited about other people's as well as mine. So now that I'm going to be doing shows, it's been a minute since I performed, so I'm excited about that. I really want to rage with the crowd and turn it up.
Is the show with Domingo one of your first shows back in a while, or?
Yeah, one of them. I got a couple.
Oh shit.
Are those
okay.
announced
I've
yet?
seen game shows work out, honestly. I did one in Akron. It's called Thursday Nights. You basically are a guest on this game show. It's kind of like a Jimmy Fallon vibe. And, yeah, it was packed out. And I was the only performer. And,
Wow.
yeah, so
Okay.
I, you know what I
That's
mean?
what's
I was
up.
the special guest. And then it was a big crowd. It's on
Talk
my,
about
it's
coming
actually on my,
back.
yeah, it's on my TikTok.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Just a recap. So, yeah.
Nice.
I've
And-
seen it work. So just pull
definitely
up.
want to see some of the footage of this, you know, this event, like that, you know, the game show at Domingo. And them.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the building.
Yeah, turn up for real. Don't be scared. That's all I gotta say. Like, we gonna turn up. We gotta let them know, Cleveland, for real.
And how long did it take you to work on the Me Mug project? Like, did it take a year, half a year?
It took 2 years, bro.
Yeah, basically since your
Because your last project was like what, 2022, 21?
Yeah, 21. June 25th, 2021. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It took 2 years. It takes a lot writing a story and, being myself and, elevating my sound from before and making sure like I could deliver, just test out my, my vocals and see what I can do. So, doing that it's always fun and learning myself and listening to a lot of OGs and such as Pharrell, listen to a lot of rock, Black Sabbath, listen to Alice in Chains. If you listen to the project, you could just tell like a lot of kind of in the way rock was influenced the most, Most Def, Lupe Fiasco.
It gave me a very old school vibe listening through the project. Like it just felt like heavy hitting bars, like an old school It was a good flow. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about like your influences and what you were listening to upcoming to it, I really see the vision in that aspect because that's the first thing I said. It just felt very, old school to me and the way that you had your cadence, your flows, and everything like that. The bars.
I'm always be inspired by old school music, bro. Like the pioneers. Like I look up to them so heavy, so I'm always be inspired by just the words and the wordplay and the flows and the beats, just the beats, the time they took in the music videos, like everything about like back in the day was just so like well thought of.
So what was your like beat selection wise when you were making this project? Is there someone that did the whole entire project, or was there a lot of different people?
There was different people, some from YouTube, Visual 9, he produced Holy, ZRW, he produced Sweet Chin Music. So yeah, and then the other dude, I just found him from YouTube. Yeah. So other than that, yeah, it was cool.
Dope.
It was cool.
Now, when I was listening to the project, the one song that stood out to me the most was Ego Death. It felt more personal, I want to say.
It was.
So in your creative process of making that song, how were you in that mentality of making that song?
Making that song, I just tapped into what was going on in the world. You feel me? Like what's going on outside of myself. What's really going on in the world, what's paying attention to. I saw that Congo was hurting from the war, so I wanted to bring that to light, free Palestine. Like I seen that like crazy on Instagram. I'm seeing different stories of families, and their homes being destroyed. So I just really sat down and wanted to give a meaningful song that I knew 9 times out of 10 might be slept on if people aren't mature enough to listen to it. But I know one day somebody will go back and appreciate it, but I just wanted to give my perspective of like that version of the world.
That's my favorite song on the project because it was the one that stood out to me the most. And, running through the project a few times, it was just one of those ones that you could tell it was very different compared to the way the other ones were.
Yeah.
And it just felt more personal, and that's why it stood out to me the most. And then... what else did I want to ask you? Oh, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more when you were talking. I looked at, I saw your Spotify, obviously looking at other songs. How was did you feel pressured to kind of make another song? Like 2 Cents has a lot of streams, and then Pootie Tang has a lot of streams. Did you feel pressured to kind of try to match that concept with another song on that project? Or was it one of those things that you were, you loved to see it and you just wanted to create the music and just keep your whole entire aspect going, because it's almost, I feel like a lot of artists get threatened when they see a certain song of theirs have a ton of streams and they feel like I have to match that, but they might not feel they can.
Making a song like 2 Cents, you got to accept the fact that people might get stuck on that song for a while and might not think you can top, that type of song. The production, everything was just so perfect that people are so stuck on it, and I'm not even mad at it because like they running up the video, they running up the song. Let's get make it work in 2 cents to a million. Let's do it. I don't even care. Run it up. Keep running it up. I'm I don't care about that. You
If
know,
it's that
I
good
made
of a
that
song,
at the end of the day.
yeah,
I know who wrote it.
Right.
If it's that good
That's
of a
the-
song, it's timeless.
Hey,
you know?
keep it going.
'Cause,
Get
like,
it to 1 billion.
It's gonna get people to on your page. It's gonna get
That's
people
what
to see all the other
saying.
stuff. Because that was the one thing I noticed when I saw that one. I saw Pootie Tang. I was like, these tracks got a lot of plays. They do numbers.
Yeah.
And it's almost to the point where I feel like artists get that fear factor of what if
I
I
don't
can't
really
compete?
get the fear factor because I'm giving you me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I rock
I'm
with
giving
that.
you me. So why would I be worried about giving you me? Mm-hmm. Straight up.
I love that.
You get what you get, you know?
Absolutely.
And if you love 2 Cents, then I'm glad you love that version of me.
Absolutely.
You know? Because it's the same thing with Kendrick with Damn. Kendrick with, Good Kid, Mad City. Kendrick with Mr. Morale and the Big
It's all
Steppers.
different,
Yeah,
but it's the
all
same
different.
person.
There's different fans for different eras of you. You know? So they love that era the most. All right.
I dig it. Now, for you in the project that you made, it's 8 tracks, but the first track is kind of just the intro, and then you really have 7 tracks. Was it planned to do 7 tracks, or was there an instance where you wanted to put more on there?
Honestly, I was going to do about 4. Y'all were only
Really?
going to get 4 out of me.
Wow.
Because I was like, people aren't appreciating hip hop right now. Like,
I dig that.
you know what I mean? Like, they say they're for female hip hop, but like, they're not for all female hip hop.
It's a little different nowadays. Oh, you almost have to be a pop artist in a sense.
And I don't mind that.
Right,
I'm
absolutely.
definitely going to switch it up. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be for everybody. That's trying to give you good projects. But at the same time, it's the maturity. If you're not mentally there and you want to listen to Future, and I didn't give you Future, I can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? So you probably just weren't ready for me yet. Mm-hmm. But you'll come back. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, but this is my era right now. I'm like on some Carter 2 G Unit shit. Like, I'm chilling.
I like
Like,
that.
you feel me? Like, this is a whole nother era. This is a whole different Nell. Like, you appreciate it.
And you kind of changed up your flow almost with Sweet Chin Music. It felt more
Absolutely.
it was like a party track.
Absolutely. A party track. I could see myself, performing that in front of a really good audience. And just like,
The energy's
we
gonna
really
be there.
like, that's like the finisher, Shawn Michaels, that kick, you feel me? Like, that's the finisher. That's the, I want to perform that in front of the right crowd though. So, if people are willing to turn up the way I want to turn up,
You're gonna give it.
I ain't
to,
saying beat a motherfucker ass and but
You wanna
let's
feel it,
mosh
though.
pitch. Let's turn the fuck up. Like,
Absolutely.
come on. Let's do it how they did back in the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why
Get
our
in there.
parents had no problem turning up,
Yeah.
but we got a problem. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. And because that one was like, it was just fun how the project went through it, and then you got to Sweet Chin Music,
Yeah.
and you're like, where do we go here? You know what I'm saying? But it was like,
Yeah.
it was refreshing, and I think that's what really got me was how refreshing it was.
I appreciate it.
And I'm a wrestling fan, so as soon as I see
Exactly.
any wrestling cadence, like, I'm like already tapped into
And
that.
I tried to not do it. There's so many songs dedicated to Sweet Chin Music, or someone has a bar for it.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to, the whole song is the kick. The
Oh,
whole
yeah.
song, the whole energy,
It's
like
that whole you
that
already tuned.
apocalypse.
You tuned up
fighting
the band
against
already. You know what I'm
anything.
saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that Hercules vibes. Do you feel me? Like you could do anything. That's why I want somebody to feel when they listen to it. It's like you could do anything.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I dig that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, the project was phenomenal. I thought
Thank you.
it was heavy bars. It felt
Thank you.
old school, but it felt raw. You know, it was new.
Share
it was-
that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was like cool to hear how your creativity was almost, I felt like you were not all over the place, but you were very much in the one frame that you wanted to stick in, and you made it work with everything that you did on that project. And like, I was just curious, like, where your creativity pulls from. Like, what are certain things that, help get that creativity flowing for you, whether it's wrestling or a certain TV show? Like, what do you look for in day-to-day life to, build that creativity up to come out there and do stuff like that?
I just like study my peers and just like, take a step back and just live in the moment, live in the moment, analyze things around me.
So you take
yeah.
things from almost everything. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm
saying? 'Cause
inspired by everything.
Because
I
you
would
took
say,
a
the
lot.
good and
There was
the
a lot
bad.
of pop culture references in your
Yeah.
bars where you were either wrestling, you were
Yeah.
talking about Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where you were able to pull stuff from everywhere, and that's
Yeah.
like that's what usually catches me because that's stuff I rock with. That's stuff I do day-to-day
I love
listen.
anime.
You know
Love
what I'm saying?
anime. I if I get a good anime, I'm watching that for a while.
And there's just so many out there. So it's
Yeah.
I always enjoy when people throw different anime references out there because the culture of it is starting to become a lot more popular than it used to be back in the day when we
Yeah.
used to watch it on like Toonami or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's fun
bro,
seeing
yeah.
people pick different animes to reference, whether it's like a Naruto or a Dragon Ball Z or a One Piece or even like something very small that a lot of people aren't into. Like Dragon Ball Z is obviously very popular. But yeah, that's what I like hearing in different rap songs is just, you're able to pick pieces and grab creativity from anywhere you're obviously watching.
For sure.
Will, you got any more questions?
Oh yeah,
I've been running through.
definitely. I was letting you do your thing, Brody. Shout out to Brody. This
I was
is the
just
Willshouse
going
podcast.
through it.
And yeah, kind of. I mean, similar line of questioning as Brody. I was just more so wondering, like, what was your process during like recording the album? Like, were you recording yourself and sending it off, going to studio sessions? Were there multiple studios involved? Like, were you traveling? Like,
I was traveling to New York, working out there, getting to know people, visiting a friend. You know who he is, Michael G. Big. He executive produced the project. He did make it work as well. Actually, he's been around since Alter Ego days, for real. But yeah, I just was out there, working, figuring out what I wanted to do next and learning, and did a show out there. And then I came back to Cleveland and did some work out here. So it was very like, I guess you could say, recorded it myself and sent it out. That's you could say that.
And you did a show in New York. What was that like?
I did a show in New York. It was a vibe. It wasn't really the vibe for the project, so like you didn't really hear much about it, but it was a good vibe. I met some great people. New York, I love New York. I will never not love New York. I love everything about New York, so it was a learning experience. So yeah,
What was the venue like? Where were you at when you?
the venue was like an art gallery.
Oh, that's even cooler.
Yeah, it was.
I get where you're
amazing.
saying it was probably not.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like the place to like turn up the way I wanted, but it was definitely like cool to just still like spit the words in front of a new crowd, get to know new people.
And that's what a
hear
lot of
some-
people have a hard time doing is
Yeah.
stepping out of, it's hard to get a show outside of our area
Oh,
here,
yeah,
starting and stuff
absolutely.
like that. So
Yeah.
to be able to go to New York and be able to perform,
Yeah.
that's huge at any point.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I love New York. I love everything about New York. I went out there with my girls, so it was cool. And yeah, just ate some good food.
Yep.
Refreshing food, honestly. Yeah, and just met good people, heard great music, and yeah, it's every time I go to New York, I see a different side of New York. So like that side was like for the weekend type shit. Like it wasn't like too serious. It was more so like I'm spending time with good people.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
and then so you said the album took you about 2 years to make,
yeah,
and
it's a mixtape, not an album though.
or the mixtape, and then and you, since you record that yourself for some of it, you didn't
Yeah.
record it all here, right? You just basically wherever you were at.
Yeah, basically. I was traveling a lot and just living life at the same time of making it. So you kind of like see the journey of living life, in Cleveland, seeing what I'm witnessing. I'm seeing, stories about robberies, stories about people dying, young kids, teenagers, knowing people that work with these type of kids, knowing their ghost stories. So it's just, I was collecting all that and was like, wow, like this is really going on. There's something bigger than me. So I wanted to like spit the words through the project, and hopefully somebody can go back and it helps them get through the day and understand like I understand. So
And then did you do a release party for this mixtape?
yeah, I did at the Red Lion Tattoo in Cleveland off St. Clair. Yeah.
Nice. What was that
Yeah.
event? What was that event like?
It was
Did you film
dope.
any of it?
Bro, we had a crowd. It was dope. Like, shout out to them on a Sunday. And it was like, only had 6 days to really promote it. So the love that came through, and then my girl made food, and she sold out on food, and they served drinks, and we had, Squirm, the band featured, on the show, and Elevators. So it was just a lot of people who came together and, you know, made the vision come possible, and people were showing love. And, you know, go on YouTube. The full recap is on YouTube, on my YouTube. Subscribe. Turn up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the full recap's on YouTube. Check it out.
And then, what was your favorite track on the mixtape to create?
Because it was all of them, like, running it. No, I'm not even trying to be cliche, but, like, for real, like, running it back and then recording it and then, like, playing it and then it's done and then hearing it all in one was like, damn. Like, woo, you know, just hearing it all. Because, you know, it wasn't all the way finished yet, but I think redoing the intro to Oh My and, like, giving it a project version versus the single version, I love that. I love how it creeps in. Check out Oh My if you know, you don't know what I mean. But, dang, I feel like Ego Death was really fun because I knew exactly how I wanted to structure it, and I was just like, man, I just need, like, a couple of different vocals or something. Like, I was like, Ego Death is so deep. Like, it was just fun. It was fun rapping like that. I never rapped like that before. Yeah.
And then, did you have, like, any, like, roadblocks that you encountered along the way making
Absolutely.
the project?
Yeah, you kind of get nervous if you think too hard about it. You got to, like, chill. Don't let it get to you. Like, it's whatever. Like, it'll come. Just live life. Chill, learn. Just keep learning. Read a book. Sit your ass down. Do something.
Slow down.
You
You know
mean
what I'm
like
saying?
Yeah.
you mean like making the songs like you were struggling with like writing lyrics or your approach to the studio or
I would say sometimes you get writer's block if you think too hard, but I try to remind myself like you know, just take your time, don't force it. I think that's when it's worse, when you're trying to like force it and feel like you're on the clock of your supporters and make sure that they, you know, can get something at a certain time. Sometimes it's just cool to take a step back and be like, you know, I ain't got it for you right now. Like, let me just figure this out. So that's what I did.
are there any tracks you cut from the project that didn't make it?
Because you said it was only going to be 4. How did you get to 8 at that point?
I was listening to certain projects, and I'm just like, I don't know, 4 is enough. I kept coming up with ideas on how I wanted to do Mean Mug. Mean Mug was like, as I was going in the moment, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really know how I got to 8. I think I just kept writing and kept getting beats, and I was like, damn. And then the beat that I thought I wanted for one song, I'm like, shit, I'm going to do it for another song, like. I don't know. And I just kept getting ideas. And then at that point, it was like, all right, yeah, 8.
So did you have to cut songs, or did you got to 8 and you were like, okay.
I cut certain beats, yeah.
Yeah, certain beats.
Songs, yeah. Because I was at first, I just didn't know if I wanted to do 10, 8, 4. Didn't know. As I was going, I'm like, okay, these are the guaranteed ones. I like these. I could, let's do this. Let's perfect these. And, boom, give you a project. And like I said, I'm bringing some old stuff back, and perfecting that too. So I'm working. I'm always working.
I love it.
I'm trying to work on an album next, like an album. I'm trying to give y'all something crazy, so.
What is the difference between a mixtape and an album to you? Because you've clarified, like, a difference a couple times now. Well, not, like, clarified it, but you've made it a difference.
Well, the album, as far as, like, Make It Work was, like, really structured to be an album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm asking you, like, what is an album to you versus, like, a mixtape?
Oh. An album to me, it's how you approach it, I guess. Like, the song structure, like, I guess how would I explain this? It's not too radio, I feel like an album could be radio. A mixtape can't be radio. That's how I would say it.
Like how you said you had some YouTube beats on your mixtape.
Yeah, like a mixtape is more gritty. You don't care if the samples ain't cleared. It's just you having fun and wordplay, and if it gets taken serious, it's like, okay, you know, it's kind of like Gucci's old mixtapes. But then you got your albums where it's like it's structured for a bigger purpose, where you're trying to reach different platforms, where you're trying to like go commercial. That's the difference to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just kept hearing you say, like, you clarified the one time, you're like, it's not an album. It's
Yeah,
a mixtape.
no.
So I just want to know what the
Yeah.
difference
And
was.
it's
to you.
hard nowadays to clarify the difference between like a mixtape or an album, because it's just like, I feel like at the end of the day, it's a project. You know what I'm saying? And you put a body of work together, and I guess like
You were talking, I didn't want to interrupt.
in the mind frame, I guess like the way you approach it is how I would look at how people might make a difference. Like I don't make music, I'm not a rapper or anything, but I've sat in studio sessions enough where you can see a difference in mindset when people are thinking, I need to put in an album, or I just put out a project.
Right.
So I definitely think it's a mentality way of how you approach it. You know, no YouTube beats. Like you're going out there, you're working with a producer to, you know, find this exact idea you want to craft for an album, rather than, you know, I'm just out there, you know, picking things. Someone sends me something,
Yeah.
I'm putting some music on it, and you know, I'm putting these ideas out. So that's how I would look at it, as a mentality difference in how you want to approach it.
Yeah. Because sometimes a mixtape can be the thing that blows you up.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes it's an album. It depends on what mood people in.
Right.
You know? Look at Doechii. Like, she dropped, what, like 16, 19 tracks, I believe. And people thought it was an album, but she was like, it's a mixtape. So it just depends. Like,
It's however you want to consider it.
yeah, but people either want to bring mixtapes back or albums back. Like, look at Tyler, the Creator, with Call Me If You Get Lost. It gives mixtape vibes, but it's an album. So
And that's like it's almost like a record label thing. It's however they're
Yeah.
gonna approach it.
Yeah.
You know, we're gone past the days of like a Spinnerella where people used to just throw mixtapes out there and just
honestly, I
you
miss
figure-
those days, bro.
And that's how I look at it. I feel like releases were just so different back then. Like just, you know,
Yeah.
I was in high school when like Spinnerella was around, so you sit there and we was waiting. It would be like 11 o'clock on a Thursday or something. Someone
Hell
drop a
yeah.
mixtape. You're like, we've been waiting for this shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Downloading in
Right.
class.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
just
said, the Gucci tapes, the
Yeah.
Waka Flocka tapes, yeah.
do Flocka 3.
Chief Keef, all of them are mixtape gods right there. Future, you know.
And that's the thing is like you know, they were just putting out projects. It's not like they were commercially making
And there was
money
no
off it.
pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah.
And it's almost
Straight
like
up.
at this moment in time, like everybody's like, well, I could just make $1. I'm gonna put that on, you know, Spotify, make the money. Back in the day, Spinnerella wasn't paying you out like that. You know what I'm saying? You was just throwing music out there and, you know, making that money on the back end from
It was free
touring.
download music because
Yeah.
people, one, LimeWire was too bad for your computer.
Yep.
And two, you had access to the internet at school, so it was free. You know,
Yeah.
I went to school and I would just download the next projects of the week. You
Yeah,
know what
exactly.
I'm saying? The hottest projects of the week.
And that's like, I found so many artists that they would just be on the Spinnerella
Young
front page.
Scooter,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I remember when 21 first dropped like the Slaughter tapes, and I'm like
Yeah.
sitting there and I'm like, this sounds crazy. Like, this is not right. And then like he's blown up to where he's at, or even Lil Baby, and I'm like sitting here like, damn, bro, I just like Tuesday afternoon, I'm sitting in fucking fourth period. Like, what can I play today that's not the same 5 projects I've been playing?
Hell yeah.
And you just find so
That-
much shit.
That shit is crazy. Like, I miss mixtape era, like when it was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You got the best stuff, bro.
It was-
The leaks.
Yes. I miss the days where like you would just go in there and rap over other people's shit. Like I miss those
yeah,
days. Like it was just
yeah.
like what Wayne was doing with his projects, where he's just taking like the top 10 beats of the year and just annihilating them essentially. Or like,
Lil Wayne was
Yeah.
running it, like, for real.
and it was just
no
like,
ceilings.
and I think about like when Lil Wayne did the Blanguage, or not, when Young Thug did the Blanguage on Spinnerella, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just taking like different cadences, or you're just like redoing things that you liked and then putting it out there and it works. I don't know, man. It was just so different. And it's so crazy to think that we've gone through so many different eras of music in a very rapid pace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We went from seeing physical projects, seeing the iTunes era, then we're looking at mixtapes and LimeWire and shit like that. And then we get to the SoundCloud era of music, and now we're on, you know, DSPs, which, you know, we've witnessed so many changes of format and how you release music. It
And
just
phones.
seems, yeah, it's like ringtones used to be a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People was buying, that's how you knew you loved a song, you
Everybody
bought the ringtone.
had Pretty Boy swagger.
Yup,
You know what I'm
yup.
saying?
And that's the thing.
I had an MP3. That shit was like $35 at Walmart, bruh. And I would like fill up the storage with all the music from LimeWire and just fill that bitch up.
Was it
Yup.
Phone Zoo? That was the website you got all the free ringtones at?
Phone Zoo was, yeah. And yo,
Nah, I ain't use that one, bro.
Oh, that's how you got all of them for free.
No, we used that YouTube converter, and then we put it on the. It was a lot.
Oh,
yeah, and then you
yeah,
put the
yeah.
USB in the phone, and then you put it like
Yep.
you transfer it. Yeah,
Yep.
bro, that's how we did
they
it.
would clean it up and shit. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I used to
the viruses of the year.
I used to just put it into Apple, like the iTunes.
Oh well, yeah, that too. But that's if you had like a iPod.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
iPod did it.
Yeah, I had an MP3 player. You got to think. So
You had like the ST card, so you had to load
same
it
with the
onto.
phone. You put in the memory card.
Yep,
and then you
yep.
put it in
Yeah.
the computer, and then you transfer it.
It's so crazy to think like we really went through an era of downloading music and putting
Bro.
on like a phone, like a memory card, and just
Bro.
being like, yeah, this is fucking
Remember the
crazy.
slide phones with the keyboards? I used to be in class texting bitches like,
I'm gonna do you one up.
Like-
I used to have this MP3 player that its gimmick was it slid open to reveal a speaker. So like, you know, we take for granted like the speaker on your phone and stuff to listen to music, and that's how they used to come, like 4 gigabytes with like.
Damn.
You guys remember the MP3 phone, the Juke, that fucking small ass little
Yeah.
like rectangle?
Yeah.
I just think about how the fuck someone texted on that bitch all the time. Like, ain't no way that was real.
And it had the T9 on it.
had the
Yeah.
nerve to
Yeah.
be expensive. Fuck that
And that's
shit.
what I'm saying.
Hell no.
Hey,
I
that's-
ain't had that though.
That shit, I remember seeing that shit and thinking, God, that's the craziest looking shit
Like
I've
a
ever
Power
seen.
Ranger thing. The thing was like
I
the
was
size
wa-
of a Kit
I
Kat.
Bro, yeah,
I wanted
it literally
it was raw.
It was raw in theory, but like when you like think about it nowadays, like
hindsight.
I couldn't imagine texting. I would have carpal tunnel right now. You know what I'm saying?
You say that, but like at the time, like that was what texting was. It was just
We
a little
found the
smaller.
way.
It was
Dude.
just a
Found
little
the way to
smaller.
text.
You would have to have the shortcuts on that T9 ass keyboard. That shit was crazy.
No, and then like
You really had to
back
know
then,
your phone.
Back
Dude.
then, people would just call each other like.
That's
Yeah,
so true.
facts.
That is so.
You used to
Yeah.
remember, I used
Free
to
minutes.
remember
3
phone
minutes
numbers.
after
Yeah.
9.
Minutes, unlimited,
Yep.
hey,
After
unlimited minutes. When that became a thing, bro, it was a
Get
wrap.
active.
Everybody
Dude.
was on the phone.
Do you guys remember, like, I mean, it still is, I guess, a thing, but, like, actually, like, not having unlimited data? Like, remember when, like, 4 gigs, 6 gigs was,
Dude,
like,
It-
not
it would
having
get you-
unlimited texting. Like,
yeah.
Dude.
You know what we used to do? We used to get a notebook and you would share it with like your friends. So they would take the book
And write notes? That was
in it,
texting.
and then give it to you the next day for you to write. And it, like, yeah, that's how we used to do it. That's how we
That's
used
so-
to do it for real.
That's crazy to think about.
for real.
Think about how delayed conversations were.
You remember
like,
writing
real time,
notes in
but
But
you would
class?
it built excitement. Like you ain't talked to your bitch all day, and you
What they gonna
finally
tell
got that
me?
note.
You've been waiting for an answer for 3 fucking days.
Right,
Like,
like,
when am I gonna
damn.
get that?
You gonna write back?
And they would have to you would have to really hide that notebook because parents would know.
They was looking at this shit. Now
They
we got
were
read
nosy,
receipts and
bruh.
shit on our phones. Like, damn, bitch, you read my text where you ain't reply.
At all.
That's crazy. The eras we've been through, man. Technology just advanced like crazy.
All right, and then kind of bring it a little bit full circle. I also want to know, like, when you were making your project, like, did you have a conscious decision on like the sound direction for the songs, like how some, like the intro to the one and the mixing style, or did you just kind of like how the songs came together? Like, because I remember on Make It Work, like each track really mattered a lot, like
Yes.
to the previous. Was that important
Still,
for you?
it was still a thing. It was still a thing for me, Mug. Like I had to make sure that I was in love with every song, and that's exactly what I am, in love with every song. Like I could play every song and be like, damn,
And it makes sense from front to
yeah,
back. You know
from
what I'm
front to
saying?
back.
I would-
I was like, hey, they might not get it now, but they'll get it later. Like,
After having the conversation, it absolutely makes sense the way you put songs together, and you know, ending with Sweet Chin Music, where you put Ego Death in like almost the middle and everything like that. It flowed very well.
thank you.
And I'm a big person when it comes to listening to a project front to back. If it doesn't sound good, in order to me, it almost kills it for me, because that's how I like listening to a project. Is I put it on and I can let it just play the way it's supposed to be played. It's very hard for me to sit there and
You
listen
can
to.
lose people in the middle.
Yeah,
And that's like my biggest fear with projects.
And
Like,
there's been plenty of times where I would go back to projects and I would shuffle, and there would be a song that played, and I'm like, I've never heard this.
because I also view my projects like if I was a listener and how I would feel for the first time, you know, hearing something like this in this order, you know what I mean? And, you know, thankfully I have the help of my brother and my best friend, Mike, who also executive produced this project and are brutally honest with me and will let me know. And, you know, they do suggest, you know, hey, maybe try this flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're really good at that, and I just love them for it. So, you know, and I also, like, last project, I had, you know, other people involved too. You know what I mean? Listening in as far as, like, the label. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I really try to take my time and consider every little track and every little thing and do my own twist to certain shit.
And it helps so much having people in your corner that are willing to be honest with you. You know,
I don't do yes men.
and no one should. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard for me to be in the studio sometimes with people, and every single person's like, oh yeah, dude, that's fire. That sounds good. Like, if there's one little thing that I think is kind of off, or maybe I think you should change
you
it.
also got to be open, as an artist, to hear the truth.
Absolutely.
Because some people think they already know it already, and they've been fucked up a long time ago.
Absolutely.
You know?
And it's just one of those things where it's like, I get in there and I'm like, I could have the worst answer possibly, and I'm thinking from my own sonical ear of like what I think, and I'm going to just give you my opinion. If I'm sitting here listening to it, you might as well listen to me talk about it.
Right.
And it's hard for me sometimes when I hear people and I'm like, I know you realistically aren't thinking that. Like, there's always something that someone can say about something at the end of the day. You know, I listen to people's music all the time and I'm like, I might have changed this, but for you probably like this a lot, and 4 other people might have told you it was great. And I'm going to understand why you went with it. But, you know, I feel like you could always find something or point something out that maybe they could have changed differently. And like you said, you just got to be open to the idea of taking every opinion into account, regardless of, you know,
if
how
they're
you
right
feel.
or not.
Yeah.
You know?
Not
a wise
every single
man once
person.
said that, like, you know, you can hear somebody until they go too far, and they're not really explaining to you what they mean. They're
Right.
just, at that point, they're just jibber jabbering. But, you know, I just take into account what my people say to me, because I know they want to see me win,
Absolutely.
you know? And I know it's real love behind what they're saying, so I definitely listen to them.
And it's so hard to find that. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I
Like,
mean? It is hard to find that.
I see a lot of artists who don't have someone in their corner reliably that they can, you know, talk to, and they're going to be honest with them.
There's
And
so many artists in this world, and a lot of them are not listening to
No.
themselves. They're not being honest with themselves. And they're scared because of other people's time frames of success.
Yep.
You know, who's winning right now and what sounds big. Do your own shit.
I'm with you.
All right, and then I just want to open it up to the rest of the cast, Marcus and Innexh. If you guys have any questions that you've thought of along the way or prior to that you wanted to ask Chanelle.
I got the album and mixtape one.
That was a good question.
I want clarification, you know. So I guess for this project in specific, when we were on the way here, we were listening to the just running it back again. The one song where you're like outside. You gonna do?
Oh, my.
Yeah, that one. Are you gonna do a video for that?
Oh, you didn't see the visualizer?
No.
You got to see it.
Where's that at?
It's on YouTube.
Will, can you play the visualizer?
Yeah, I'll pull that up, but continue your question real quick, and then while I look for it.
So content-wise, do you plan on doing almost, would you say, a video for every song, or is there certain songs that you're kind of like, that would be my last one I would do a video for?
You just got to tune in to my Instagram, bro.
I love it.
You got to tune in.
I like that.
I can't tell you what I'm
Alright.
going to do next. You just got to tune in.
We got tune in to
I could dig it.
Instagram.
Just know I'm going to keep pushing this
You
project.
you constantly post on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's like one
not
of
like
your-
a super constant, but I'm when I post, just know it's for
Yeah.
a reason. So
Okay.
Because
Tune
the
in,
content's
tune
the
in.
biggest thing. That's what, you know.
absolutely,
It drives so much.
yeah.
All right, and then for the YouTube lords, I'm sitting here with Chanelle Kazadi on the Will's House podcast, and she's giving me permission to play this song. So please don't copyright me.
helicopter spinning outside. Dog fights rattling the fence outside. Niggas shooting dice with their friends outside. Hookers running errands for their pimps outside. Outside. Watch where you stepping when you go outside. Watch where you looking when you go outside. Watch what you repping when you go outside. Woke up and ate, it's a whole nother day. Back in the field and I'm ready to play. Real grimy shit I see coming my way. The world about to end, I can feel the decay. Into the land where you gotta be brave. No too barbaric, I came from the cave. Ain't no need for a middle, I'm blood with the main. Sing if the kids in the black, what's his name? Mom's cradle phone, water works from the pain. Flip to the losses, turn them into gains. Ain't no love in these streets, remember auntie saying. Legos to Dracos, depends how you playing. Dealers, helicopter spinning outside. Dog fights rattling the fence outside. Niggas shooting dice with their friends outside. Hookers running errands for their pimps outside. Outside. Watch where you stepping when you go outside. Watch where you looking when you go outside. Watch what you repping when you go outside. Drug dealers, helicopter spinning outside. Dog fights rattling the fence outside. Niggas shooting dice with their friends outside. Hookers running errands for their pimps outside. Outside. Watch where you stepping when you go outside. Watch where you looking when you go outside. Watch what you repping when you go outside. It's not what you know, bitch, it's what you can prove. Try coming for me, but I counted the move. The look on their faces, I lift them gazooks. Don't pass shit to me, I can smell that it's booth. Say that you G, but you telling on dude. Type budgets to bankrolls is my type of move. Count the money in private, don't broadcast the moves. World can be grimy, they all watching you. Busting up windows, taking out the loot. 10-minute ass whooping, sister join the crew. Another homicide and not a liquor proof. Feds only care if they white or in blue. Feds only care if they white or in blue. Drug dealers, helicopter spinning outside. Dog fights rattling the fence outside. Niggas shooting dice with their friends outside. Hookers running errands for their pimps outside. Watch
So, why would you, like, why the distinction on this with visualizer and music video?
What you mean?
Because, like, you called this a visualizer, you know, why not, like, is it a music video, though? Like, is there, like, a difference to you? Like, was there a reason behind the...
It's the same thing showing, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like a loop.
Yeah.
That's why I said visualizer of, like, the same thing.
Because it's, like, so since it's not, like, more, like, more scenes and more details in it, you think?
Yeah, if it's not really like too much of a story behind it, how I would truly want to do the music video.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to give you more of a story. I wouldn't want it to be that quick where it's just a video.
Right.
Because if you ever seen 2 Cents, if you ever seen Smile,
Yeah,
you know,
there's
I
more,
try
like,
to give
lore
you,
to
there's
it.
more to it. Yeah, there's more beauty to it. So
Now, would you say that's the way you handled this project, that you went more of like a visualizer route with these tracks? Like,
yeah, you know, it's a mixtape. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know, Trigger Finger got a video. Might do another one. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe a different style, because it is one of the biggest songs streaming right now on the project. So I definitely want to give you more of that. So stay tuned.
All right, and then Innexh, did you have any questions to wrap it up? Anything on your mind?
Not right now. Not gonna lie.
Damn, Rob.
I mean, we
what
got
the
pretty
fuck?
we got pretty deep into it,
Until
honestly.
I got
I was
high.
locked in
I-
too. I was just like taking it all in.
He was locked
honestly.
in. He's
I
along
be
for
asking
the
a lot
ride.
of questions.
Yeah,
I
I
be
was just
nosy
listening.
about it.
What's up?
I be asking a
Yeah.
lot of
I
questions.
just gotta tune in
Oh,
to Instagram.
hey,
That's all.
This is a podcast. We have to talk, don't we? So
And then
ask your questions, bro.
I want to get into the next thing real quick, but this is the Will's House podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff. Tap into the Discord, see shows coming up, see Run Down the Land stuff that Brodie talks about in the Run Down the Land.
Yeah,
we
join
have
the
the flyers.
Discord. Hit that shit.
And also, you know, other
Will's
stuff.
House.
Other stuff like cool gear that, like, you know, that we use on the podcast if you're looking to do anything creative or cool. Or, you know, you could participate in the conversation or come on a show one of these times, you know,
You
digitally, you know, participate, like kind of like a call-in. And then with that, I kind of want to go into that with what's on Marcus's shirt, that what's the next bet. I need a quick little I need a quick little UFC recap from what went down this weekend, and then just something real
I
quick.
thought it was like worse. Next,
I'm the worst sports better in the world. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so last weekend on UFC recap, we had the Brandon Royval Tatsuro Taira fight. That was a good fight, honestly. Brandon Royval won it in a decision, but Tatsuro Taira, he's only 24 years old or 24 or 25. I think he's 24. He showed that he's going to be a problem. I mean, you're that young and you're fighting the number 1 contender and you take him to decision and it arguably is 2-2 going into the 5th. You're a problem. It gave me a little Pantoja vibes with a little better top control later in the round.
We got to get on that too.
Yeah, yeah. The other... What would you say? The other that card was kind of lackluster in my opinion.
There wasn't that many big hitters on there.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't like. I don't know. It
The
just
biggest
really
thing
wasn't a
coming.
good
Yeah.
card.
We got the Ilya match.
yeah.
That's
fight
why we
coming
had the
next
quick
week.
recap. It didn't seem like a lot was going on.
There wasn't really. I played one bet. It got to the last lane. I played Tatsuro Taira, even though I told everybody Brandon Royval would win. I just thought maybe new was new, but.
And then, do we have a what's the next bet pick of the week?
So when's the next episode? What date?
The 30th, I think. Yeah, the 30th.
Ooh.
It will be past.
It'll be
Max and Ilya.
Yeah, okay, I was about to say. So we have a whale bet coming that you'll have to join into the Discord to see, because I'm going to bring back these cards coming up. I haven't bet big in a little while. We ran baseball for a little bit and a couple UFC cards, but it's time to get back, win us another probably $70,000, $100,000 before the end of the year, and that's what we're going to do, and I promise that it's going to be done.
All right. Yeah, and where can they find the what's the next bet at?
Oh, you could check us out on all platforms at What's the Next Bet, or you could just go to tinyurl.com/What's the Next Bet.
I
Join
do
premium.
got one question for Marcus. How you feel about that one dude from Japan coming in and getting the title shot against Pantoja? I know that's your boy. What's going on there?
Yeah, Pantoja is my dude. That dude's supposed to be a dog. If I'm being honest with you, I think it's a very weird thing. That's weird.
Do you think no one really wanted to fight this dude, or you think Dana White was like?
No, I think a lot of dudes wanted to fight. Honestly, I would have thought that Brandon Royval would have gotten it after fighting Tatsuro Taira. I don't know. It was weird for that dude to come in and get it. There are other dudes that could have got it. Kai Kara France could have got it before it was announced. It is what it is. Dana's
I just thought it was
looking
so
for
crazy.
exciting fights.
Yeah, it was just so crazy. You're gonna throw this dude into a number 1 contender fight.
Well, he's supposed to be a dog, but
It's not even a number 1 contender. It's a title fight.
yeah, I still think Pantoja wins.
You think Pantoja still wins?
I mean, the books think he's like a -230.
Yeah, it's just the competition's different where he's coming from.
I think he was a lower favorite versus Steve Erceg.
What?
Yeah, I think he was only -190, 200.
Wow, that's crazy to think about.
He was smaller favorite against Steve Erceg versus this dude, and it's this guy's that's just first fight, just coming in.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is gonna be the one and only time we ever see something like this happen, though.
I don't know. He could just beat Pantoja's ass and be like that guy.
That would be so nuts.
And then if you like fighting, that's where you can find all that fighting breakdowns with what's the next
WTNB.
bet. That's what they do over there. What's the next bet? They break down the fights and stuff.
Don't come. We suck.
And then over there on the couch we got Innexh.
Facts.
And then what's that on your shirt over there, Innexh? You want to get into that for a second?
Yeah.
Just recently we opened up mycircle.store. This is an OG shirt, hoodie. Some people, if they're tuned in, they know, but even just the homies. I printed this myself, actually pressed it. He pressed it. We got it out the mud with this brand, but go check it out now. We got way more stuff on there. This is just, super basic, but we got way more stuff on there. mycircle.store. And we got hoodies on there too. Yeah. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what bet to go against, with what's the next bet?
Facts.
Because,
Fade us.
yeah.
What's the next play? That's what I'm starting. What's the next
Rob,
play?
what's your future bet right now, Rob? Rookie of the year. Give me it. We're gonna go through them.
no,
Rookie of the year.
that's the big one, right?
Give me
for
your top
right
3
now.
rookie of the years right now. Go into it.
Rob Dillingham,
Okay.
Matas Bazelis,
Yep.
and we might have to throw Edie in there, even though he is the
He
favorite.
did look good in that preseason.
He looks
game.
good.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out. I don't know if they have Steven Adams. If the Grizzlies, I think, have Steven Adams, that is a problem.
Yeah.
That is a big problem for
Yeah.
the league. If the Grizzlies have Steven Adams, I don't know where he's at right now. But Edie, if they don't have Steven Adams, and Edie technically could play, he definitely could be Rookie of the Year. But those are my top 3. Bazelis, I think, Steal of the Year.
Okay.
You know. Yeah, those are the futures. Defensive Player of the Year. It is a favorite, I want to say, but
Wemby.
Wemby, and then if anything, lead rebounder or blocks, Wemby. I would take that 1,000%. Even if it's minus 150, like that's a steal right now.
Hey, so not to segue into something real quick, but just wanted to announce that WTNB did recently deploy our link bot. So now when we do our bets, you can click directly in the embedded message and go straight to FanDuel and no longer have to manually go and place your bets. That's a big thing in the sports betting world. But the reason why I say that is because the first test bet that we did, Rob, was Chris Paul to be the season leader for assists per game with Wemby.
Yeah, no, facts. I mean, I don't know about assist leader. That is a good
No,
bet
assists leader per game.
per game.
Like
Yeah,
not
for the season.
yeah.
For the season.
It's like the average per game.
Okay.
All right, and then I got like
Just same thing.
I got like 2 more things I want to get into before we wrap the show up, and the first one is our music talk, and so we'll do that, and I also want to stand on business, so we're gonna do that real quick. But this is the Will's House podcast. You know, we have Chanelle Kazadi in the building, doing the interview and talking about future stuff and projects coming out and how her project was made and stuff with Brodie and Marcus and Innexh, you know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so this is a segment where we talk about music and kind of like what we're listening to, you know what I'm saying? So I was just curious, like, you guys got anything new in your rotations this week? And yeah, I'm going to start over on the right with Brodie.
What have I been listening to this week? Oh, OT7 Quani. Someone just put me onto that dude. I don't really know how to explain it, but I have been listening to him a lot. He kind of remind me of a better version of ABG Neal. It's very weird, though. I kind of hate it and like it at the same time. I did start listening to another pop artist. I've been on the pop artist heavy, dude. I don't know what the hell it is. I just find them, and I'm like, damn, this is so damn catchy.
Pop?
But yeah, dude, the pop's hot right now, dude. Her name's Berry Blue. It's low-key a vibe. I think she got like 100K followers on Spotify or some shit. But yeah, I popped up on my feed on IG. I was like, damn, this hard. And I've been bumping that Chanelle Kazadi. That shit go crazy. I've been bumping that all
Mean
day.
Mug.
Yeah.
All right, and then what about you, Marcus? You still not listening to music at all?
He been playing that new Tay.
Hey, listen. I was debating if I was gonna. You know what? We listened to that new Chanel on the way here in past couple days.
And he doesn't listen to music. Like, he actively goes out of his way to not listen.
We
to
got in the
music.
car and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play this." I was like, "You playing this right now?"
Yeah, we had to come in here. You know what I'm saying? Got
He's
something
been
to tell.
locked into whatever
But listen,
Marcus don't listen to
nature
music.
noises he's been listening
Listen,
to.
in my Kanye moment, like, this ain't even no diss to you, but Tay Miles had the hardest drop to drop in the past couple days. I'm not gonna lie. Can't even trip. Tay Miles out. New Tay Miles out.
If you don't know, you should know by now.
I'm the
Marcus,
biggest Tay Miles fan in Cleveland. No
He's the
cap.
biggest Tay Miles fan.
That's between you and Jesus. I ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, great Chanel project.
Appreciate you, dog.
All right.
Tay Miles had the. No, I'm just playing.
All right, and then what about you,
I
Nell?
should have had the bottle.
Anything you've been like spinning recently, or new artists you found, and you know, something that stays at the top of your shuffle?
Let's see. I've been bumping that new Uncle John. What else? I've been bumping that new Future.
That new Future.
That
goes
new Rock
hard.
Marciano. Crime Apple just dropped a song. It's called, what is it? Spike Lee joint.
Ooh.
That shit close, bro. It's cold. Cold. Who else I've been bumping? I've been bumping Gucci, and the return of Mr. Zone 6. That's to be, specific. You feel me?
That's like a big throwback.
You feel me?
Big throwback.
You feel me? Buddy, that new Buddy. Don't forget to breathe. Shoot. Yeah, that Schoolboy Q. Still to this day.
You like that project? That's a good project.
Yeah, you feel me?
Definitely a top 3 project of the year.
Different shit. Mainly Gucci and 50 Cent and Lil Wayne Carter too, like I said, and
The OGs.
The Game, the documentary,
Ooh.
Lupe, like I said, and yeah, who I named.
All right, and then what about
As
you?
far as
What about you,
underground.
Innexh? Anything new you've been spinning? Like, you still running that Shabazz?
I was about to look for him the other day or earlier today, cause he hasn't really dropped nothing since that little last project, Plain Boy. But if anything, I mean, not to be like that, but Tory re-released Lost Cause.
Free Tory.
Free Tory.
So I was bumping that. I'm not gonna lie, it's like a 10-year-old like mixtape. And he re-released it, I think, cause he fucking owns it now or whatever. He's independent now, So yeah, that's about it.
You see that story? They said they confiscated his prison studio equipment.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. That's the end of the era, the prison tapes. That was dope though, what he was doing. That was like a whole collection itself. Shit, it's like 2 mixtapes.
You still tapped into the prison tape?
A little bit. I'll bump some of it, but I'm not gonna lie. I listen to that Lost Cause. That's a crazy ass album. And then there's an OG album, if you know, it's called Cruel Intentions. It's like has like a pop feel, I guess. I don't know. It's very different.
No, you like
You know,
Tory Lanez?
I don't hate Tory Lanez. I don't bump him. I don't know. My sister's a big fan, and I be hearing certain Tory Lanez songs, but I forget to download them, and then I'm like okay with it. I don't know. I'm not that obsessed with him. I don't know. But I don't hate his music. I just don't think he's for me.
Do you like Meg Thee Stallion?
No.
Okay, we're just checking if there was a bias here.
No.
That's where
what
Brodie's
happened,
at.
Listen, I wasn't there. They ain't got shit to do.
Yeah, that's where Brodie's at. No, Brodie's a hater.
I was
I ain't a
not
hater.
there. I was not there.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I
They
was
ain't got
not
shit
there.
to
I wasn't
do
there either.
with me,
I-
I promise you.
I'm in the same boat where I don't listen to Tory Lanez all the time. But it's like if he comes on, there's certain tracks that
I
I'll
used
listen.
to bump his mixtapes. I did especially on SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
But after college, I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's just one of those things. It's not in my everyday rotation. But if if someone plays it, I'm not gonna be like, yo, turn this shit
And
off.
no one I'm around was bumping him besides my sister. So it's like he wasn't really in my circle.
And
My circle of music,
Yeah.
you feel me? I was bumping more underground and stuff like that.
And I would not say Meg is in my rotation. Old Meg used to be hard when she used to actually rap.
She was never in my rotation. But no
Thank you.
hate. She was just never in my rotation.
she
She's
was
not
in
for
no
me.
You got
I
some
don't do
bias
that.
against Meg, though, right, Rob?
Yeah, fuck.
Well, that's yeah.
That's between you and Meg and Tory.
I wasn't there.
That shit.
I wasn't there.
Kylie was around.
Hey.
That's all I got.
They about to put you on the witness stand.
I heard.
I heard you're his biggest fan.
Right. Nah.
Free
It's
Tory.
just I listen to him, so it keeps coming up on the rotation, and then it's like people sometimes I go on a what is it a thing or whatever hiatus or I don't know the term right now.
That
but,
nigga in jail.
But I listen to Russ, and he has
You talking
a
about
big ass
hiatus.
catalog. He has a big ass catalog or whatever. So I'll listen to Russ sometimes, and there's just so many Russ songs. It just keeps coming up and
Yeah.
I
so
fucking hate Russ.
that's all.
I know.
happens. What?
Brody been a hater for
Damn.
years.
Marcus likes Russ,
I
too.
hate
How do you
Russ.
hate Russ? Russ?
I met Russ
He's
at the
not-
House of Blues and shit. Rap for him when I used to do music. He's
Yeah.
cool people.
How do you hate Russ?
I hate
Because
Russ.
Brody's a hater.
Put on.
That's
I
why
don't
he's
think
fuck
I know
Brody.
a single Russ song.
That is.
I
fun.
don't.
Will a hater too.
I
Oh,
don't
oh,
either, but
I'm
I'm
I
not
don't
saying
hate
you gotta
him, I
know
don't
the
hate him.
songs.
I
like-
know one song, and it's the flute song.
He
That's
was
the
he
only
was
one I
on it.
know.
Listen. He was on the trajectory. He was gonna get there. He was gonna break through, and then he just fucking when Fredo died, he like made fun of him doing drugs, and that was it was done. It was done. He put
And I'm gonna be honest, I low-key hate him because of that shit with
That's-
Fredo.
I
I'm a
that-
big Fredo
listen.
Santana
If
guy.
I'm being completely unbiased,
So he
as
was
a Russ
trolling.
fan-
He got
no,
it.
he wasn't trolling. He was being he was
Oh,
being
okay,
dead ass
okay.
serious.
Okay,
He
I
basically
get what you're saying.
debabied himself.
Yeah, it was at the it was at a
He
terrible time.
babied himself.
Low key, cause what did he die from? Xans, fentanyl laced Xans or
who?
something.
if you talked about
Fredo?
X,
No, Fredo didn't do that. He
you-
died
Bro,
because
if
he had
you
kidney.
talked about-
his kidney failed.
if you
I'm
talked
pretty sure.
about X, Mac Miller, Fredo Santana, anybody who passed away from drugs and like rap about it, but you're not like
He didn't rap about it though. He made a T-shirt that said like "Stop fucking doing drugs" or some shit like that, and like it was like the same day that all of it happened.
It was,
so
like,
it was like
very
just
poor taste.
It was poor taste. It was like read the room. You could have even waited like a couple weeks or a month or two and dropped that, and it could have got away with it maybe.
waited
But like
until these people petition and shit. Wait till the people riot about it, and then you could have did that. You would have, looked like a rebel, but
I don't know. I feel like it's hard to talk about those 4 or 5 people that died.
people are sensitive.
I've been seeing a lot of X hate though on X lately on Twitter and Instagram. So.
X hate?
Yeah,
hate
I
on
was-
X? The
Tentacion?
app? Hate on X, the app?
Well, yeah.
Really?
Well,
That happened?
you feel me? But no.
on Tentacion.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of XXS hate. That boy,
Didn't he like trap and like fucking kidnap some girl from Lorraine?
no.
I don't know. Honestly.
Isn't
I
that what
can't
the
speak on
Isn't
that.
that what the Flores the Flores song is?
I don't think she's from Ohio. She from, I think.
No, I'm like 90% sure. Like people from like Amherst were telling me that girl's from
Brody,
Amherst.
I told you, Ohio be having some badass girls, man.
Brody,
No, Ohio
I
just
swear
got
Ohio be having some
motherfucking
fine
crazy
ass,
people.
some fine ass girls, bro.
No, they got
Ohio is the place
People
of
be going
sociopaths.
crazy over
yeah,
women.
bro. Motherfuckers
You
are
know?
insane.
Yeah, and so you got insane people with some beautiful ass women. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It
shit
depends
gonna
on your
happen.
type.
Shit
You,
gonna happen.
you feel me?
depends
Everybody
on
got a
your
different
type.
vibe.
Yep.
You see what Brody be fucking liking on X.
Nothing, dude. I'll be liking.
Well, they
tech-
hid that now, so you
I'll be on-
shouldn't even worry about it.
I'll be on my tech shit. I'll be on my
Yeah,
music
right.
shit. Most of my shit's
See you
music
on
now.
Instagram, bro. Like, I'm scrolling and see liked by
Nah,
Brody.
don't
I'm
say
like,
that. Don't
what?
say that. I don't be doing that. I go through my likes right now. I'm telling you, it's all tech shit and fucking
Yeah,
music.
mine's all like fucking Pokemon shit and basketball.
I just saw Sonos dropped a fucking crazy new product with new speaker technology. Them boys just paid $100 million
Yeah.
from some random
See?
European company.
Jocelyn Flores was a model and an artist from Cleveland, Ohio. She
I
was,
did not know that.
Told
Yeah.
you, bro. How badass
y'all,
girls.
y'all don't
fine
believe
ass
me?
girls.
I wouldn't lie.
I don't
Alright,
be
then,
tapped in like that.
And then we got one more thing before we tap out of here ourselves, and that's
We tapping out.
Let's stand on business. So
I'm standing on business. I'm gonna start this one off. It's plain and simple. Fuck Brody.
You dig.
all right, we're gonna start all the way on the right with Brody.
Standing on business, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I ain't got nothing crazy to stand on business. One Piece, the best anime out. That should go crazy. The One Piece card game is a fucking whack fandom. Damn, what else I got? Marcus fucking sucks. I fucking hate Marcus. So fuck Marcus. We're gonna stand on business with that. I'm standing on business. The Guardians fucking suck, dude.
Damn it! Fucking bitch took mine.
Yeah, that's what we're standing on. These
on that thing.
them motherfuckers lost it coming in to play the Yankees, so I'm disappointed. Real disappointed.
Mine is I'm stealing Rob's. Deshaun Watson fucking sucks. The Browns suck.
Blow up the fucking team.
Blow it all up. Sell them.
All right,
DeMarco.
all right. And then Chanelle, what do you want to stand on business for?
I want to stand on business by fuck everybody who slept on the project.
Oh,
Damn.
we gonna beat your ass. We're gonna find you and we're gonna hurt you.
Stream Mead Mug now.
We're gonna fucking creep up on you in the fucking dark. We're gonna give you me mugs at the grocery store.
Play that shit.
We're gonna find you.
WTNB in the building.
That's all him over there.
You sleep on the project, it's fuck you.
She doubled down on everything I just said, so it's both of us now. Fuck you, Will. Trying to J-light me. Now me and Chanelle out here running shit.
Ohio,
Well,
nigga.
You did. Shout out
Yeah.
Ohio State, the only good football team we have, even though they just fucking lost.
Right,
But
they
it's
lost too. What a wonderful weekend of
They
Ohio
did
sports.
lose.
I've
Yeah.
been saying, bro, till Ohio State needs to play that dude Air Nolan, like the other quarterback behind him.
I would agree.
You know,
I just don't know if Ryan Day got it.
Give the young guy a shot.
Typical Cleveland fan, just
J-
like, oh, let's fire the coach when things don't go
I'ma
right.
be-
Ryan
when
Day
you-
is 1-7 versus
Yeah,
top
exactly.
10
And
teams.
that's what I'm
JJ
saying.
Smith though, JJ Smith. I'm pretty sure I
What you
said
mean?
this small.
The whole
small
point is
little-
to beat top 10 teams.
I
And
said
he
this
can't
one time
be a
in
top
small,
10 team.
You
little
1-7.
snippet.
Sorry,
JJ
ass.
Smith gonna be a top 10 pick.
1-7.
All right, and then Innexh, what do you want to stand on business for?
I stole his shit. He's blanking right now.
It's fuck Brodie.
Yeah!
What the fuck, dude?
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna let that slide.
Yeah, don't let them do that.
We
to
need
you.
some originality this week.
That is fucking ride. Chanelle, throw it in there too. Throw a simple
No,
fuck
no,
Brodie in
no.
there. Get a fuck Brodie in there one time. Pick a side right now.
Fuck
I'm gonna
Marcus.
stand
Yeah,
on
definitely
business.
go on team fuck Marcus.
Damn, Will, it's 2v2. Will, you're the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna stand on business then.
You're
he have-
tiebreaker.
I'll say it here now.
Who, did Brody stand for you when the people didn't listen to your
Fuck
project?
Brody.
Or did I say I would go and beat their ass? Did I say I would find them and hurt them and mug them in the grocery store?
I was listening to the project
Brody
and
just
asking
sat
me
there.
meaningful questions.
Brody
so.
just sat there. So when you're picking sides, just know that somebody already proved to you that they would ride in the moment that you needed them, and someone proved to you that they would just watch and maybe decide after the
No,
fact.
I
Just
showed you
saying,
I cared
just
about
saying.
the project and want to know more about it.
Words are words, Chanelle.
He
Actions
just
are
tried to
actions.
question you on a mixtape and an album.
That was actually a great fucking question and gave you content. He's hating on your content creation. I don't know, man. Not type of dude I'm trying to stand next to in fucking war. Just saying.
That's crazy.
I think this is a clear pick.
It's
Go ahead.
fuck Marcus.
Go ahead. End the tiebreaker right now. Go ahead.
You see how a man got to fight
And that's
for
a
him.
wrap. My name is Chanelle Kazadi. And we are on Will's House Live, baby. Run it down, me mug out now. Let's get it.
All right, yeah, that's actually a good time because, yeah, everybody, after that, we're going to sign out. So let's start all the way on the right with Brodie.
Yeah, you know who it is. Bitches Brody. Brody talked to him. The white skin key sweat. You dig.
Yep. It's Marcus. It's what's the next bet. I'm going to need you to go into the comments and drop what team you're on. Is it fuck Brody or is it fuck Brody? Go ahead and drop that in the comments for us. Thanks for tuning in.
Marcus.
Will's Music House. Thanks for Chanelle coming on. Brody, Innexh, Will. Great times as always.
Fuck Marcus.
And then we have Chanelle again.
What up? Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, me mug out now, all platforms. Run it up. Will's House Live, baby. We out of this motherfucker.
Over on the couch.
It's Innexh. Follow me on all platforms. Innexh in the description. In the
And
bio.
I'm Will. This is Will's House Live, Will's House Podcast. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. We're with